നമസ്കാരം. വാക്ക് മറുവാക്കിലേക്ക് സ്വാഗതം. സർക്കാരും ഗവർണറും തമ്മിലെ പോര് അനുദിനം മൂർച്ഛിക്കുന്നു. ഗവർണറിൽ നിന്ന് ചാൻസലർ പദവി എടുത്തു മാറ്റാനുള്ള ഓർഡിനൻസുമായി സർക്കാർ ഒരു ഭാഗത്ത്, രാഷ്ട്രീയമായും ഭരണഘടനാപരമായും ഗവർണറെ നേരിടാൻ സർക്കാരും ഇടതുമുന്നണിയും എല്ലാ നീക്കവും നടത്തുന്നു. മറുഭാഗത്ത് ഗവർണറാകട്ടെ തൻ്റെ നിലപാടിൽ ഉറച്ചു നിൽക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് വാക്ക് മറുവാക്കിൽ നമ്മോടൊപ്പം അതിഥിയായി ചേരുന്നത് ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ഗവർണർ ശ്രീ ആരിഫ് മുഹമ്മദ് ഖാനാണ്. സ്വാഗതം സർ.
Thank you very much.
Sir, now in Kerala, the governor and government related issues are being discussed everywhere. At the time of policy address speech, a governor always says, "My government." But in the current situation, are you completely satisfied your government?
It is my government in the sense that I have administered oath of office and secrecy to them. It is my government in the sense that I have to keep an eye and make it sure that the business of the government is conducted in accordance with constitution and law. And if I find that anybody is transgressing the limits, I will warn them, I will advise them. But if that becomes an issue because some of them feel that they have a right to violate the laws which they themselves have adopted. For instance, why governor has been made chancellor of the universities? Why have you made the governor chancellor? In order to acknowledge that we respect the autonomy of the universities and to declare that there shall be no interference by the executive in the affairs of the university. You have made this law, and that is the reason why governor everywhere, not just in Kerala, all the states of India, governor was appointed chancellor of the universities. But you have decided to violate the law which you have passed. It is my duty to remind you and refuse.
But the chancellor is not a constitutional post, sir.
So what? So what? Then I have not snatched this from anybody. They on their own have passed a law and they said that the governor should be chancellor. Now, till the time you remove you create some alternative arrangement, you will have to respect the law. After you succeed in if you want to change the system, change it. But you can your interference can only become valid if after creating alternative arrangement, in that you have provided that you will have the right to interfere. Today, I am not claiming that it is a constitutional position, but law as it has been laid down by the Kerala Assembly, and every assembly in the country is that governor is the chancellor. Why are you interfering in the universities? This law itself was adopted in the form of a declaration that executive shall not interfere, because that is a principle which is accepted universally. Let the government go. There is one way out for the government, not by removing the governor, by making universities as departments of the education ministry. Then you have every right to appoint whomsoever you like. But you want to declare to the world and to the country that we shall not interfere in the universities, and you keep interfering every day. What is this? Be true to what you have said on paper. If that what you have said on the paper, which means law, if today you are not comfortable with it, change it.
What will be your position, your stand in the case of ordinance?
That is they themselves. They have passed a law. This is only an ordinance. They had passed a bill in the House. I have written letters to them. Come, I have certain queries to make, come and explain to me. They do not come. So you think they will come to explain the ordinance to me? They are doing it only as a public relation exercise. A campaign against the governor, campaign against the center, campaign against certain organizations. I have said last 3 years, if I have exercised my power to nominate anybody from among those organizations in whose name the bogey you are raising, I will resign from the governorship. They do not come with a single instance. And I can give you hundreds of instances where they have interfered in my domain. Universities are the domain of the chancellor. They are not domain of the state government. The state government, through that law, has declared to the world the Universal Convention. This is respected in every democracy, that we executive shall not interfere in the functioning of the university.
Then it will be introduced in the assembly session. Then your stand will be the same.
How can I tell you? I do not know what are the contents. I can tell you only after going through what they propose. So far, I have not received any document. And the earlier document which I have received, I have written letter to the Chief Minister. Please, I have certain queries to make. Come here and brief me. It is your constitutional duty, even otherwise, to brief the governor on a regular basis, which you have never done, despite repeated reminders. But at least for the bill, which you have sent to me, if you want my clearance, come and explain to me I have certain queries to make, satisfy me, so that I can take a final view. They do not come.
Will you send to the bill to the President?
No, if I come to the conclusion that they are, because nowhere, no state of India, and particularly now after the Honorable Supreme Court's judgment, in the case of West Bengal, Honorable Supreme Court has said, state government has no role in the appointment of the Vice Chancellors. If they have no role in the appointment of the Vice Chancellors, do you know how much they depend on UGC for financial assistance? Will UGC accept that you will appoint the chancellors of your choice? Who will appoint the vice chancellors? And then they will appoint your relatives and your cadre to various positions in the university. You think UGC will accept that? You think in the light of this recent judgment, Honorable Supreme Court will accept it? They themselves know. They are doing it only to create an impression as if they are launching a war against me. They are not serious about it. I am telling you, they will not come here.
The government plans to bring eminent academic experts in the post of chancellor.
The academics should be appointed in the universities according to UGC, and whom they have been appointing. Their idea of experts is either their relatives or their cadre. Today, the Trivandrum streets, what is the scene on these streets? Right from university, every ministry, including corporation, all jobs are reserved for CPM cadre. Comrade, send the priority list. So many vacancies are available. Is this for a state like Kerala, which has 100% literacy, isn't it shameful?
So, but in the case of Kannur University issues, you had expressed your willingness to resign the post of chancellor.
So what? That is, because I felt that they are forcing me to do things which are irregular, which are illegal. And they will again try to do this. They gave me assurance in writing. Now I don't need any assurance. The Supreme Court judgment is a bulwark against any interference. At that time, the things were not so clear. At least in judicial terms. Legally, they were clear. Governor has been made chancellor this in itself was sort of announcement, declaration that executive shall keep away from university. But they were interfering. Now they know they cannot interfere. Particularly, this situation has become clear by the latest judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court. That is why they are totally jittery.
So, in the case of Vice Chancellors in Kerala, the 12 Vice Chancellors in Kerala, what action will be taken next?
Law will be upheld, and Honorable Supreme Court's judgment enjoys the same status as law passed by Parliament. Honorable Supreme Court has said that if there is any presence of any non-academic in the selection committee, the process becomes vicious, legally invalid, and appointment shall be void ab initio. If the selection committee recommends only one name and Chancellor appoints that person, it will be void ab initio.
Is the Rajbhavan starting the hearing proceedings?
No, if they want, because natural justice demands that if they want to bring out maybe something we are missing, if they bring that out and show that their case does not lie within the ambit of that judgment, I am ready to hear that. It will take some time.
So, the government says your criticism against the government is always aimed at the Chief Minister personality.
Did I say that you will have to face dire consequences?
You said.
No, no.
He
is saying to me, Governor will have to face dire consequences. Shall I allow it to go unchallenged? Chief Minister saying to Governor, you will face dire consequences. Consequences I can understand. Dire consequences is the language of mafia, criminal intent. Have you not read the statement of some minister yesterday or today? Violent. Because this ideologically, they believe in the legitimacy of violence.
You said if the government or Chief Minister office are involved in the gold smuggling case, then you will definitely interfere this case.
I have not said that. What I have said, let me repeat it before you. I have said every scam in Kerala, scandal, every illegal appointment in the university or elsewhere, when you start tracing the link, it goes to the door office of the
not in the particular gold scamming case, not?
Oh, no, including the most important man in his office was arrested. If he was involved in gold smuggling without, if CM knew about it, then I need not say anything. If he did not know about what the topmost man in his office was doing, then it speaks volume about his incapability, incompetence. If he cannot take care of his office, how can he take care of the state?
In the gold smuggling case, are you ready, are you willing to interfere in this case?
What I do, that I will not share. But I have every reason to believe that all the details which have now come into public domain earlier were not given by the accused, because accused was hoping that expecting help from the collaborators. Since that help did not come,
Sir,
the whole truth was divulged.
So, actually the case was investigated by 3 central agencies.
Not investigated. Investigation is not closed.
But the opposition says the governor should demand the CBI investigation in the particular case.
I am not going to demand anything. My only job is to keep the center informed. I am not a party. Why I should? Yes, I have a duty and obligation towards the people of Kerala. Duty, part of my oath. I shall serve the interest of people of Kerala to the best of my ability. So, keeping that in my mind, my duty is to inform both the Honorable President what is happening here, and also inform the people of Kerala if despite my warning, they do not desist from illegal activity. So for instance, I will give you one example. Every minister produces an army of 50 persons who are full-time party workers, and in 2 years' time they become entitled to lifelong pension. An army man in India who puts his life on line becomes entitled to pension only after serving in the army for 10 years. What important job these people are doing that they become entitled to life pension in 2 years' time? Is it not total squandering of the public money? The young people of Kerala have lost after 12, most of our, I am not saying Professor C.N.R. Rao has said this, Professor Panikkar has said this, where the young people have lost hope, and they after 10 plus 2, they migrate to other states because they feel here so everything is reserved for CPM cadre and their relatives. Somebody will have to speak out.
For what sector do you most disagree with the government?
I have no problem. I am concerned mainly with what law, the duty which law has entrusted to me, that is universities. On one hand, they declare that they will not interfere, and they write to me they will not interfere. They pressurize me to resume my duties as Chancellor. In fact, there was no need for me to say and no need for them to write letter to me. The law itself, statute itself, which has given responsibility to governor, not just in Kerala, all over India, was a sort of declaration that executive shall not interfere in the functioning of the university.
In the case of Finance Minister K.N. Balagopal, you said that a minister who is deliberately violates the oath cannot be continued to enjoy my pleasure. But after that particular issue, the Chief Minister...
Which issue?
Your letter, you wrote...
Why I said that? I said that because statement he made was not against me. He tried to provoke the fires of regionalism and provincialism. That statement is a challenge to our national unity. He says person born in UP cannot understand, cannot have the understanding of education system of Kerala. He has taken oath to protect the unity and integrity of India. And he is trying to divide India into UP and Kerala. If it is not a violation, then what else will be the violation? He may continue as minister, because as far as this party is concerned, they do not mind if their convener is banned from flying by the airlines for unruly behavior. They do not mind if one of their minister trashes the Constitution of India. They do not mind if another uses the language of Pakistan to describe Kashmir. They drop the minister, but they do not say a word against him. So naturally, he won't find any problem with this minister. But the central leadership of the CPM, they realize the danger and they refuse to take up the issue. In fact, if you must have seen the reports in the papers. They said at this moment we will not single out the Kerala governor. We will, whatever we will speak against the institution of governorship. Because if we speak against Kerala governor, then light will shine on the statement of the finance minister, which will create problems for us in northern India.
The Chief Minister didn't take any action against the minister.
I am not bothered. But my duty is to point out that this is a man who is working against national interest, who is challenging the national unity, whereas the oath he had taken was that he shall protect the unity and integrity of India. And he is trying to divide India into states.
Has the matter closed with the Chief Minister's reply?
No, that matter cannot be closed. That matter, somebody who challenges the national unity of India, no.
Then what will be your next step in the case of K.N. Balagopal?
If I see any disturbing, obnoxious, nefarious activities, if I cannot immediately stop it, I do not have the legal power, then I will at least inform the Honorable President of India and the people of Kerala.
So that chapter is not closed?
No, it cannot be closed. How can you close unless he retracts his statements? Unless that statement is taken back, how it can be closed?
Sir, the opposition is also criticizing you on various issues. Recently, the media's get out issue. The widespread agitation, a widespread criticism against you.
They are
on the basis of that.
Everybody is entitled to their views, but the basis on which they are criticizing does not exist. There are other channels who have criticized me. I have not refused to talk to them. But channels which are propagators of violence and violent ideology, I do not consider them as media. They are merely propaganda machine of CPM and Jamaat-e-Islami. They are highly prejudiced against me, and I do not consider them media. Therefore, I have refused to talk to them. I even did not tell them to get out. I said either you go out or I go out.
So can it be justified to tell them to go out after inviting them?
No, I had not invited them. Yes, they had manipulated.
So they were invited by your office?
No. They had not tendered apology. But they tried to explain to our people in Raj Bhavan that whatever had happened earlier will not happen again. And without checking with me, they agreed to their request. Why? Because it was not the correspondent who was speaking to Raj Bhavan officer. It was the senior functionaries of the media who were speaking. But they had not consulted me. I was traveling. They agreed. I asked. I said, sorry, it has not been cleared by me. So, therefore, I'm asking you to go. Or I will go. I won't talk to these people. I'm not very happy about that episode. Let me tell you, I feel sorry that this kind of thing I was forced to do. I feel sorry for that. But I shall not talk to them.
The LDF, the ruling front, is planning to protest Raj Bhavan on 15th.
Most welcome. March into Raj Bhavan.
They said it will be a large protest. The CPM General Secretary Sitaram Yechury and the DMK, the President, DMK MK will also join the protest.
Outside. Don't protest outside. Get into Raj Bhavan and say that we do not recognize governor, we have taken control of Raj Bhavan, if you have guts. Otherwise, why these mere for just to cater to some baser instincts? You are wasting money. If you are really opposed to the governor, force the governor to go from here. Come and take over Raj Bhavan. Say we will not allow the governor to stay here, instead of holding threats every day.
Is the state government trying to get the
national-wide
attention?
I will not be here on 15th. They know it very well. So it will be a good opportunity to them. Install the way they are trying to install new chancellors. They can install a new governor here. Why don't they come and just occupy the Raj Bhavan and say we have appointed a new governor? They can pass a law. They can pass a law and get the signature of the governor whom they appoint. They are irresponsible people. Why you take so seriously what they say?
Thank you for giving us special interview, sir.
Thank you.